ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். We have been doing bOdhayantha parasparam videos. These were basically conversations which were done in Tamil until now. Now we are trying this bOdhayantha parasparam initiative in English. This is our first effort. This bOdhayantha parasparam is originating from Sri Bhagavad Gita itself. Bhagavan, Krishna says, my devotees discuss about me, become very joyful, speaking about me as well as hearing about me. In this context, he explains this shlokam, Machitta Matah Pranaha bOdhayantha parasparam Katayantischa Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. So from there only we took this bOdhayantha parasparam, where we discussed about some of our sampradayam related matters in a casual manner. At the same time, we try to provide as much information as possible, which will be useful for Sri Vaishnavas. So now Kasturi Rangan Swami is here. He is going to interview Adiyan. Let's start the interview.
Yeah, Adiyan Ramanujadasan Swami.
Dasan.
Yeah, so before starting, Adiyan want to have a little bit of shlokam and started. Punyam bhoja vikasaya papadvanta-kshayaya cha Shriman aviramo bhodh bhumau Ramanuja Divakaraha. So by remembering Embirmana's lotus feet, yeah, Adiyan going to ask the questions for Devrit. Yeah, so Adiyan is very insignificant to ask Devrit questions regarding Devri's works and Devri's personal life, personal journey, how it went from materialistic to spiritual. But Devri have given this opportunity for Adiyan to do this interview. So Adiyan will start with Koil org. So because in Koil org we have A to Z about the Sampradayam. We get Tanyans, we get almost all Arudichayals and Divya Prabandham and Rahasya Granthams and whatnot. So how did Devri got this wonderful idea and what is the inspiration for this?
Yes, this is a journey which started about 13-14 years ago, probably around 2011. Around that time, Adiyan was in Chennai, Tiruvallikeni, and Adiyan started writing few articles about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam in ponnadi.blogspot.com. That was a blog site which Adiyan created long ago. And then Adiyan also started writing about our Guru Paramparai. That was in guruparamparai.wordpress.com. So these were two blogs which I had started writing around the time 2011, I think. During Vaikasi Visakha Mahotsavam in Alvar Tirunagari, at that time Adiyan met Velapudi Krishnan Swami there, and we were having a conversation. Swami was giving some insights about our Sampradayam and so on. And Adiyan was asking Swami that why we are not having a lot of our Sampradayam information in an authentic way in the online area, because other Sampradayams had much more information back then, but we were not having as much information. So at that time Swami encouraged Adiyan that you all should do, as youngsters, you all should do this initiative and bring our Sampradayam information online a lot more. So that was kind of the spark So we started doing more rigorously and with a lot more interest. And we started, as I was saying, I started doing these blogs, which which had information about our Sampradayam principles, some of the basics like how a Sri Vaishnava should live, and who are all our acharyas, who are all alvars. These information were first documented in these two blog sites, Ponadi and Guru Paramparai blog sites. Seeing the English articles, many people connected with me from many parts of Bharatadesham as well as outside Bharatadesham. They were very happy to see this information in English because many of them were non-Tamil speaking Bhagavatas, Sri Vaishnavas, and they were craving for Sampradayam information in an authentic and simple manner. And as we presented that, they were very, very happy to see. And actually, some devotees, Bhagavatas, they called those days, this WhatsApp and social media were not as popular. So they contacted me through email and got my phone number, and some of them spoke to me. They were all in tears that, they could understand Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam more than ever before because they were not having much information in English. So our idea was also to present as much information in English so that both non-Tamil speaking Sri Vaishnavas as well as younger generation Sri Vaishnavas who are not as familiar in Tamil but more comfortable in English will at least get to know some glimpse about our Sampradayam. So we started doing that, and there was very, very good response. And as some conversations started developing, Adian inquired if some of them will be interested in translating it into local languages, because while English is a global language and a common language which is easy for communication for all of us, we still have to emphasize information and knowledge availability in local languages. Because, for example, I speak Tamil naturally, my mother tongue is Tamil. When I read something in Tamil, I am more comfortable than reading it in English. Similarly, Telugu speaking people, Kannada speaking people, Hindi speaking people, mainly Sri Vaishnavas, Bhagavatas, they'll be more comfortable if they read the content in their own language. So we were looking for Bhagavatas who can volunteer in doing this translation works. Because now we have everything in English, it is easy for people to take that and translate that into local languages. But we had a process in doing that. There would be someone who would translate, and then there would be someone who would proofread, and we'll ensure that English content matches the local language content, Telugu or Hindi. So we started developing, growing more content started coming into our blog sites in Telugu, in Hindi, in Kannada, in Tamil. In this manner, even in Nepali, Malayalam, we had volunteers coming forward and doing these translations and proofreadings and so on. So this is how we started developing slowly. And around 2012 end, I was contacted by one Hari Swami. He was in Australia. He had his own web server. He was a security expert and a backend expert. He had his own web server, and he had registered this domain, koil.org, along with other domains on his name. And looking at our blog sites and the information we had posted, he was in communication with me for some time, and soon he offered this coil.org domain to Adiel, as well as he offered to maintain the content in his own server and take care of all the management activities, backend activities. So he offered that to Adiel, and I was happy to accept that. It was a very magnanimous offer from him to give all of these for free of cost as a Kaikarium, and we accepted that, and then we started putting everything together in coil.org. We didn't dismantle our existing infrastructure. We had our blog sites, but anything new we started creating in coil.org infrastructure, and we linked the existing content into coil.org because this became a very convenient location, convenient way to manage our content. Because as we were growing, it was becoming difficult to maintain multiple sites, websites, and all that. So this coil.org became our center focus, and we started building it nicely. Around 2014 time frame, we started a new project to translate Divya Prabandham's commentaries into English. In that, mainly we focused on Bhagavad Vishayam, that is Eedu Vyakhyanam and Pannirairapadi commentary of Vadikesari Adigamnala Jiyar. So these two we wanted to translate fully before or around Bhagavad Ramanuja's 1000th year celebration. That was the target. So we had this in our mind, and we started working on that. So that's when we created divyaprabandham.coil.org. So we put all the Divya Prabandham translations in multiple languages in that website, and then we started creating Bhagavad Gita simple translation. That was placed in Bhagavad Gita, was placed in gita.coil.org. We created a specific dedicated site for educating children and newcomers in our Sampradayam. That was pillai.coil.org. In this manner, we grew slowly. We consolidated all the Guru Parampara articles into acharyas.coil.org. So in this manner, we expanded and we grew, and now we are into our almost 12th year in coil.org, and we consolidated everything into our coil.org now. Especially in the last 6 months, we had to migrate our old servers into new server, and one Srikant Swami volunteered, and he took up a lot of responsibility, and he migrated all the content into much more modern and robust backend system. So now we are again in a very good situation where coil.org is very well managed, well organized. All the content can be easily searched and found, and we have content for Divya Prabandham, for Purvacharya Granthams, Rahasya Granthams, and then Guru Parampara. All of the Alvars Acharya's Charitrams are available in a complete manner in our website. No other website has as much information about our Purvacharyas. So this is kind of the overall journey of coil.org. In between, in 2017, Adiyan started teaching Sunday classes and giving lectures. Until then, I was only writing, doing literary kaikariam in the way of writing. But then in 2017, we started doing Sunday classes online and lectures online. So now we've got our coil.org YouTube channel, which has a lot of content over the last 7 years. Whatever lectures we have given, whatever Sunday classes we have taught, all of those are fully maintained in our YouTube channel in a very organized manner. We have many playlists. Many thousands of videos are there. So in a number of ways we have expanded. And mainly credit goes to our hardworking volunteers. In spite of their commitments in office, at home, family, and all of that, they have contributed a lot in the um, growth of our website portal, and they have given a lot of content. And one thing which is important to mention is every one of our volunteers, they have all done this as Kainkariam without getting any payment. We have not paid anyone any money, and I have also not asked for or accepted any money for any of our Kainkariams. We've never gone through that route, because again we were always looking up at our Purvacharyas, Alvas and Acharyas. They have given us so much treasure without expecting anything back. They did not go for money, they did not go for fame, they did not go for wealth. Their only concern was upliftment of all Jivatmas without any discrimination, with the intent to help each one of them in their progress. So that is our inspiration, that is our main inspiration. And of course, many acharyas have guided us, many stalwarts such as Puttur Swami, who lived in the last century. Similarly, Kanchi Swami, they have all done lots of literary contributions, publishing books, translating all the Purvacharya's works in a simple manner. So all of these are our inspirations and our guiding forces. And with the blessings of our Alvars, Acharyas, and Sriman Narayana, with the help of all the volunteers, Kankaryabaras, in our coil.org team, we have come thus far.
Yeah, that was very inspiring story of how Coiler dot came into existence. So even Devrij said that Devrij was interested in spirituality since you are engaged, and even was writing the blogs earlier in political blog spot, right?
Yeah.
So what was your what made Devrij interested in spirituality since you are engaged, and is there any background for it?
Actually speaking, see, we are all fortunate to be born in wonderful Sri Vaishnava families with wonderful tradition and history. In our case, we are blessed to be born in Koil Commander Elevelli Achan's family clan. So that itself is a great blessing. Commander Elevelli Achan was a very close associate of Bhagavad Ramanuja. He was blood related, that is in the sense that Bhagavad Ramanuja's mother's sister's son is Commander Elevelli Achan. So he was so attached to Bhagavad Ramanuja that when he heard the news of Bhagavad Ramanuja ascending to Paramapadam, immediately he left his body also. He did not even remain in this world for a little longer after hearing about Bhagavad Ramanuja's ascending to Paramapadam. That was how attached he was to Bhagavad Ramanuja. Coming in his family, coming in his clan, that itself is a great fortune. So certainly the blessings of elders, Purvacharyas, ancestors, that definitely helped. Adiyan's father is Totadri Iyengar Swami, and mother is Srimati Maithili Amangar. Both of them were from Alvarthanagari, and they lived in Chennai because my father came out looking for Laukika work, and they lived for a long time in Chennai, about 30 years or so. And then after retirement, father returned to Vanamamalai Devidesham, where he is still engaged in Kainkariam for the last 15 years or so continuously. Is very humble natured, very detached from worldly comforts and expectations and so on. Just goes to Kainkariam and comes back and takes rest. That's all he does. It's the kind of person he is. Mother also has learned Divya Prabandham and listened to many Kalakshepams. And she has also taught Divya Prabandham to few ladies in Tiruvallikeni when she was there. Both of them are very simple minded and Kainkariam oriented. And our grandfather, Adinatha Iyengar, he was serving in Vanamamalai Matham, Totadri Matham in Vanamamalai Dividesham for close to 80 years without going anywhere. He was always serving the mutt in many Kainkariams. His elder brother later became Patrabiran G.S. Swami, and he also is my direct Acharya. He was 29th Pontiff of Vanamamalai Matham. He also had served our mutt all his life. And our Acharya Patrabiran Swami is well known to be Paramavirakta and also a great scholar in Divya Prabandham and Purvacharya's commentaries. And he blessed Adiyan with Panchasanskaram after Adiyan getting Upanayanam done in Vanamamalai. So it was all his blessings. But in Adiyan's case, as it happens in many of present generation or even the past generation people's lives, Adiyan went to Laukika studies. In the young age, Adiyan learned a little bit of Divya Prabandham and was not so into Sampradayam, but just as any normal child would do, like go to temple on a daily basis, have darshan, get tirtham, like that. That is the limit of my Sampradayam interest when I was young. But then we went to Laukika studies, finished college, and then took up IT career, and then was working in Bharatadesham for some time, in Chennai for some time, and then had an opportunity to go to Canada. And it was during my stay in Canada, I was in Canada from 2000 to 2007. That was the time when Adiyan kind of got reinitiated into Sampradayam. When I was there, Adiyan had lots of free time, like again, many people would go through in their lives when they are present in overseas place, they would suddenly get some more interest in Sampradaya matters, finding the roots and all that. So it was my mother who gave few CDs of Velpudi Krishnan Swami's Kalakshepams and Upanyasams, and I carried them while going to Canada and started listening to them. And also, I used to visit ISKCON temple there whenever I was there. Originally, when I had reached Canada, I used to visit one local temple every Sunday. But then subsequently, the temple there had other devatas also. So we didn't feel comfortable. So I found this ISKCON temple subsequently and started going there. Again, that also Sunday programs, they would have Sunday programs. And I was attending them, and I had some good friends from ISKCON. Some devotees became friends, and we would discuss Satvishayam with them, and constantly engaging in listening to lectures, Upanyasams and Kalakshepams of Velpudi Krishnan Swami mainly, and some other scholars also. And this is how slowly Adiyan started gaining some basic knowledge about Sampradayam. And in 2005, Adiyan got married, and subsequently, Adian took my wife to Canada for a short stay. She was there for about 10 months or so. She didn't feel very comfortable there. My aim was to be there till 2010 and return to Bharatadesham permanently. But when she came, she could not really adjust. She was not comfortable at all. She was used to regularly going to temples and attending utsavams and all that in Tiruvallikani. So she could not really adapt there. And she kept saying that we should go back. And we were thinking about it. At the time, around um, 2006, towards the end, she became pregnant. And then at that time, we were thinking when to move back to Bharatadesham. And she kept strictly saying that we should leave immediately and have the childbirth in Bharatadesham only. And I was a little bit thinking whether to stay for some more time or not. We were and at that time we discussed with Velpudi Krishnan Swami also. He suggested that it's better to get childbirth done in Bharatadesham. So then immediately we decided. There were no further thoughts on that. So I came to Bharatadesham, left her, and then went back to Canada, wound up my job and all the things, and then came back to Bharatadesham in 2007 beginning. And from 2007 till 2013, that was kind of my golden period because I learnt Nalaya Divya Prabandham fully during that time, had full Santai directly in Tiruvallikeni from a few Swamis. And Vadikesari Adigamnada Jiyar, who is currently present in Kanchipuram, he was in his Purvashramam living in Tiruvallikeni. Adiyan used to spend a lot of time with him. He would teach Santai as well as explain meanings for the Pasurams, and also many Rahasya Granthams Adiyan learned from him, some Upanishads Adiyan learned from him. And subsequently, on a daily basis from 2017 to 2013 to 2007 to 2013, there was almost regular daily Kalakshepam in Tiruvallikeni. Velpudi Krishnan Swami would frequently visit Tiruvallikeni to give Kalakshepam. Gomatam Sampath Kumaracharya Swami was giving daily Kalakshepam. Bhagavad Vishayam was going on at that time. Venkata Krishna Swami was there. He would also occasionally give Kalakshepam. So Adiyan had lots of wonderful opportunity to learn directly, sitting in front of an Acharya and listening to Kalakshepams and so on. From Velpudi Swami, Adiyan had the fortune of learning Tirumalai and then Vedartha Sangraham, Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam, Stotra Ratnam, and many other Kalakshepams. Bhagavad Gita's Kalakshepam was done by Gomatam Sampath Kumaracharya Swami, and then he also gave Mumukshupadi Kalakshepam, he gave Amalanadi Puran Kalakshepam, Tirupavai Kalakshepam. Many other Kalakshepams were happening at that time in Tiruvallikeni. So that was the time when Adiyan had maximum time spent in learning. So, and learning directly. So that was a very big advantage for me. In 2021, we were in Sriperumbudur. We had moved there to be there for Bhagavad Ramanuja's 1000th year celebration. We wanted to be in Sriperumbudur. So those 8 years was time for me to recollect whatever I had learnt directly, and also start writing more and more. That was a time when Adiyan wrote a lot more articles and started publishing a lot of books. So this was kind of the transition. It is the blessings of all the Acharyas, Kalakshepa Acharyas, which really motivated me to do more and more literary activities. And this is when Adiyan had spent more time engaging with others, all of our volunteers in our coil.org team, and did a lot of kankariams in the literary field.
Yeah, it was very inspiration and inspiring to know that after going to Western country, they got even developed ruchi in the sampradayam, interest in sampradayam. So what most of the parents say that after our son going to foreign work to work as a IT profession, they usually complain that they won't return to Bharatadesham even if they call or even if they call to come to Bharatadesham. And another thing is, they say that after going there, they have spoiled their lives and they have come here, even if they return back to the Bharat Desham. So, what Devri want to say about on this aspect, sir?
See, it is the world is running behind materialistic pleasures, and Sri Vaishnavas have become not much different from others in this particular aspect. Not all of them, but many of them. So people are chasing their dreams to become well-to-do, be comfortable, live a happy life, and that is the main goal for many people nowadays. But if we look deep down, the value of our Bharata Desham, the value of Divi Deshams mainly is much emphasized in our Purvacharya Granthams. Even though there is enough materialism even in Bharata Desham now, in fact, it is even competing and trying to be more materialistic than foreign countries, overseas countries. Still, the Divideshams have their own value. In many places, we see in commentaries, Acharyas say that whether we are doing full-time Kainkaryam in Divideshams or not, just being present in Dividesham itself will eventually, if we have the basic interest, eventually that will turn us into full-time Kainkaryam in Divideshams. So for Adiyan personally, it was not like a great dream or anything to go overseas. But when that opportunity came, Adiyan took it. And I went there, and when I was there also, I was using my time to some extent effectively, learning and making use of the free time there, and gaining some Sampradaya knowledge. And after marriage, it is fortunate that Adiyan's wife also had similar interests, and she also wanted to be in Bharata Desham only and engage in Sampradaya aspects as much as possible. So that way it was kind of easier for me to relocate to Bharata Desham. But many people face this challenge when they go there. They become used to the comforts. They become used to the system there, and they feel that it's not up to the mark in Bharata Desham, and they feel that they can stay there and continue pursuing Sampradayam aspects even from being there. Some of them fully get entrenched in the materialistic way of life, but some of them also think that they can just be there and engage in spiritual aspects. But though there is the principle that wherever we are, we should be Sampradayam oriented, we should be fully engaging in Sampradayam as much as possible. So irrespective of whether we are in Bharata Desham or outside, it is good that if one is fully focused on Sampradayam, that is good. But still, we will be losing out if we stay outside Divideshams. We will be losing out on the wonderful bhavam of our Purvacharyas. They had so much attachment towards this Divideshams, the soil, the environment, the temples, the Archa Vigrahams, which are sung by Alvars. So these bhavam, these experience, that will be missing when we are outside. So that is what brought us back quickly. We can say that it is probably based on our Purvacharyas and our ancestors' blessings. We can say that it's our Acharya's blessings. It is somehow we were fortunate that we can say that it's our Acharya's blessings. Somehow we were fortunate that we didn't get stuck there, and we were fortunate to come back to Bharata Desham and also seamlessly integrate into the Sampradayam matters without any difficulty. That is all. I should say that it's all Bhagavan's Nirhetuka Kripa. Being Antaryami, one thing Adiyan firmly believes is we should turn towards Bhagavan all the time, because he is waiting to guide us. Every step he is trying to guide us. He is showing us opportunities, and in spite of our difficulties, we must make use of those opportunities. If we get bogged down by the difficulties and miss the opportunities, then we will be the losers. So we have to make use of every opportunity. Perumal will be providing so many different opportunities, and we have to be alert and we have to make use of those opportunities. Whether we are in Bharata Desham, whether we are outside, Perumal is there to help us, and he will show us the way. And we have to be alert and we have to make use of those opportunities, and adversities should be turned into opportunities. That is what our Purvacharyas have shown. Bhagavad Ramanuja had great difficulty. When he was the leader of our Sampradayam, suddenly he had to flee to Tirunarayanapuram. So such was the difficult situation. But then he changed that into an opportunity. He developed the whole Tirunarayanapuram and the whole Karnataka region into a Vaishnava area. So many people now are following Sampradayam, Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam there. That was because Bhagavad Ramanuja changed his adverse situation into an opportunity to help others. So similarly, we have to be thinking about how we can help others. What can we do in our life to help our Sampradayam? What help we will be for the Sampradayam, rather than trying to be selfish, what we can make out of it. So if we are having such attitude, definitely that will lead to success. That is what I again can personally see in my life.
ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.